You get to choose. You get the choice. You get to figure out what Marvel ends up making as an omnibus. Well, sort of. We have the 13th annual Tiger Eyes poll, where we end up going through the Marvel books of 650 books they ended up putting over at Near Mint Condition, where he ended up having this poll that has all these books and more that you can end up voting. So I'm going to have a link down in the description where you can end up voting in this thing. And I'll have a link also to the description to his video that he breaks down with such as Peter, aka Crushing Crisis, Dom from Dom of X, Taylor from Taylor Talks Comics, and that's going to be end up breaking down some of these books that comes over. Heads up, that's a 4-hour video, so that's definitely something you have to buckle up and enjoy. But we're going to go over, we're going to make some votes, and we're going to set this all up and then set our own votes. So you can end up seeing the examples that we end up setting, and hopefully you get to go out there and vote as well. Without further ado, let's head on over to the voting. Alright, the 13th annual Most Wanted Marvel Omnibus reprint poll. There is 4 different instructions that we have on here. Instruction 1, you can select up to 10 books. So you get 10 vote places that you end up being. First one is being the one that you most want. So that will be able to pick out the book that you mostly wanted to be able to get. We only can choose each book once, so multiple votes won't count towards that. You only can submit 1 vote per person. Well, you can submit one thing that has your 10 different votes on there. And if you want a full breakdown of this, you could go for a deep dive over at crushingcrisis.com, where you can end up clicking this, and this will send you right on over to right here for the Tiger Eyes poll, breaking it down. This is also an awesome resource to be able to break down any kind of runs that you end up having, any kind of collections that you're trying to figure out. And there's a mapping. I want to thank everyone that ended up helping out with the mapping in the process of this and setting it up, because Peter put a lot of work and so did a lot of others into setting this up. There's over 650 books. So this is streaming from entire history from 1939 to today. Over here, you'll be able to put your... I guess it's important to say when the poll closes. May 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is when this ends up wrapping up. First choice ends up being the highest points that will end up going towards the book. And your 10th choice will be the lowest choice that you end up having. So, with that said, let's go through the list and see what we end up having. There's 650 books, so we're not going to break them all down to be able to figure out what books that we ended up wanting. So we're good on the Avengers. This is something I like to be able to wrap up my collection, or stuff that I would like to have in my collection. So the big one that I noticed right off the get-go was Civil War. I would like to have the first Civil War. I love that. There's some strength. There's not so strength that's into that. But overall, this Civil War is what I think of with. I'm not going to go Civil War 2 because I don't really care for that. And it might be your guys' favorites, but I didn't agree with how it was. Next up, we'll come over this way. Go back through the list again. Not going to Captain America because I'm happy with just having Brubaker. Dark Hawk for your Omnidog favorites. Doctor Doom, which will be a good old thought process behind it. Fantastic Four. Ghost Rider we don't really collect. Green Goblin would be interesting. Inhumans. We could end up putting that as the last thing, as a big thank you for Geo. And that's something that we would be interested into. We go over here to this little thing. And grab it right there. And Inhumans, we're going to go all new volume 1, because I don't know if that's the right one to be going with, but it's a good start. And I like Soul's books that I've read so far of him. And then we're also right here. We saw there was Carnage, so we're going to put Carnage volume 2 because I'm a big Symbiote fan. I think there was a book. I can't remember where I went with it. It was, I saw it in the stream, and I can't remember what the book was, but it was by Gail Simone and Kelly Thompson. There we go, right there, Jessica Jones. We're going to put that as a fourth choice, though. So we'll remember that. We'll come over here and go to Jessica Jones. Oh, we went past Jay, right? Yep, we did. And we're going to add that. I love what I've read of Kelly Thompson, and then I even love what I ended up reading from Gail Simone so far. So it seems like it's going to be a solid run. Plus, we already have the Bendis book, so it won't be too bad to be able to add that to the collection. Second choice, we're going to go with a Spidey book, so we're going to slide on down to some Spidey action. Need to get to the S's. Come on, let's go. So I'm going to go with volume 7. I think that's going to be the last volume that I'm going to end up picking up because I have the artist books, and that's when we start double dipping pretty hardcore into those collections. But then I'm going to slide down here. I'm going to also put another Spidey-Man book. And I think I am going to go with that, I think, because that's in between. So we got that covered. While we're down here, we're going to add Wolverine, because we're a big Wolverine fan. Trying to collect that as well. But I'm going to add Savage Wolverine here. And then I'm going to add another Wolverine right here. I know these are books that are going to probably be easily that's going to end up getting printed in the first place, but we're going to add a volume 7 because I'm going to get all the volumes of that. So we got that covered, and then we're going to need some more Daredevil. That's right, we got to go with a Daredevil book, and I'm going to go with Nascenti and Romeo Jr. volume 2 to bucket up right up next to our volume 1 that we ended up having. And who was, I know what this last one was. We ended up, we'll take this time. We're cooking right through there. So you got the Hulk that you can end up breaking it down. Indiana Jones, Iron Man, Luke Cage, Man-Thing, Man-Wolf, and some of the romance novels. Then you have specific universes ones that goes with the specific artists or writers. Then we're going to end up working our way over to it. New Mutants Volume 4, I'm not sure about. I'm going to stick with 3 volumes because I got that mainly because of magic. So we're going to end up keep on going. I know the book that I want to be adding because I want to add that over to it too as well. And we're going to come down to the V's. That's right. The letter V. What can it be? What can it be indeed? Well, it's going to be Venom. It's not going to be Venom War. Venom by Ewing. Or Von V and Garback. Venom into Venomous? No, we're going to go Volume 4 of the Venomous. That's what we're going to end up going because we have 1, 2, and 3, and we need a 4. I really wish they put the Donny Cates one as a Venomous, but they didn't. So that's the votes that we're going to have. We're going to slide it back and give our final thoughts about the book. So this is an opportunity for you to shape the world of Marvel to be able to pick out an omnibuses that you could end up wanting to get reprinted. Well, not reprinted, but get into print. And if you happen to pick up any of these books, you can go over to organicpricebooks.com, use the discount code Afifthofjack to save $2 off. Or if you have 4 or more books, you can put the code Jacket together to save 5% off your entire order instead. Orders at $30 or more ends up getting some free media mail shipping. Helps the channel, and we definitely greatly appreciate it. It allows us to help it, reinvest it into the channel where we can end up putting it back into more books for our collection to be able to review over, to be able to have you guys see what's going on. So, more about the event that we have going on. This poll is from Tiger Eyes, and he ended up doing this by counting them by hand, which sounds crazy. But we also have Near Mint that ended up helping out, having set it up, making it nice and easier and streamlined. Like I said, there's over 650 different titles that you have on this list. And this is definitely something you can end up picking up, allowing you to go out, vote, and figure out what you want to go with. Now, if you're liking the content I'm putting out, or if you're more interested in any kind of reviews or anything like that, go hit that little subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified whenever we come out with new content. This is a great opportunity for you to be able to choose books that you want to get printed. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.